bikes in that lovely site over there. And this wee Saxon, I've not seen this before. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, so it's absolutely a lovely bike to ride. We have 28 race bikes. We bring different bikes at different times, and this one hasn't been for a little while. But it's actually one of my most favourite bikes to ride. So Ducati was a really, really good racer in the day, and as Jerry said, he started on Ducati, and so did I. But the Ducati frame lacked a little bit of something in the handling, and Saxon came along and realised that there was a market for a slightly better frame. So it has a slightly longer wheelbase, it has a much stronger swing and arm system, and it just handles a little bit better than Ducati. Standard Ducati wasn't bad, this was better.
Yeah.
So there was a market for it. The engine is totally suspended. There's no bottom tube to the frame, there's no front tube. The engine is mounted at the back and suspended from the cylinder head. So the whole bike is really, really light. It's got fantastic handling. It's very good on tight, twisty circuits. This particular one is a 350. It used to be a 250 when Jerry rode it, but I converted it to a 350. It was a little bit more power for me. We had 250s anyway. But yeah, it's a gorgeous bike to ride, you know, particularly on places like Cadwell or Little where it's quite tight and twisty. So yeah, really quick, really nice.
And I see you've got the later modern can. Is that again down to the decibel limits in racing now?
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of had a discussion yesterday. All these bikes, a bit like the Manx that was here earlier on, were designed to run on open megas. In today's rules, the rules say we have to meet a limit of 105 decibels. If you don't meet the limit, you don't get on the track. I hate having the silencer, but I don't want to look at this bike, I want to ride it.
Yeah.
So we have to have that modern silencer to meet it.
But I'm sure it still sounds pretty damn good. The fabrication of the tank and everything, was that all on the bike when you got it?
Yeah, the tank was all hand panel built. Brian's, we talking about Brian. This one's alley. Obviously it's painted. You mentioned it's red. All my bikes are red. The gazebo's red. The very first bike I ever raced was a Ducati. That happened to be red, so that became my racing colours back in 1969.
You're not that old.
Unfortunately, I am. So it's all my bikes, apart from one or two exceptions, like for example the Rob North we have, which I've got in the Triumph colours. All the other bikes are red because I started with red and that became my racing colour. Yeah, okay, so Saxon, the people who made the frame, and I think actually, you know, as I said, there were several people. Jerry, who made the frame first? Yes, thank you. Spondon started making the frames for these, but in very small numbers, and they only made 6. Jerry actually had 001, the very first frame, but then Spondon got so busy making other frames for things like Yamahas, and they said, to be blunt, we're not interested in the Ducati, it's not enough of the market. So Saxon came along and said, okay, we'll take over making the frames.
Oh, great.
And as I said, Saxon is the frame part of that, and obviously the Ducati being the 350 engine.
Yeah. And let's hear it fired up, Jerry and Neil, Ducati men.
Tickled about 27 times for one more tickle. Ready? One more tickle for luck. Okay.
Jerry's wishing he hadn't sold it, I reckon.
He's not getting it.
That's even better, you've sold it and you can still get to ride it.
Perfect.
Result.
Chris. Okay, yep.